Hey, how are you? Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans all across the USA. You guys are the real superstars. And today I have a special guest, my dear friend, Natasha Sullivan. Hey, Natasha.
Hi, Candace.
How you doing, beautiful?
How are you? Thank you.
Natasha is a wife, a mom. She's a daughter. Um, she's just a wonderful human being. I always tell her she has so much talent, so many gifts. She can make people laugh. She can sing. She can dance, and she just got this dynamic personality that's just sparkling. But not only that, Natasha is a veteran. So I am celebrating her today, and I'm going to get a little bit about her story. So Natasha, tell me, what made you decide to be a vet, and give me a little bit about your experience there, and particularly as a woman.
Let's see. Well, I did start off going to college. I went to Clark University.
Smart too, y'all. See.
But oddly enough, I wasn't really happy there, and I decided instead of just completely tanking, let me just pull out and reassess what I wanted, maybe where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do. So I went back home for a little while, stayed with my parents, but I still kept taking classes in community college while I was deciding. And then one day I was just like, maybe I'll join the military. And I ended up doing that.
And what branch did you go into?
So I joined the Army,
okay,
combat medic. Yeah, and I served for 10 years.
Awesome. Thank you for your service. Thank you.
And my experience was, one thing about the military is you meet a lot of wonderful people. You make a lot of long-lasting relationships. Because you have to learn to depend on each other for certain things. Sometimes you can be married, you're a couple, and you still have to rely on outside people because your schedules and everything, and you're at the needs of the Army. So you learn to depend on other people and have other people depend on you. Help daycare for anything that you need, rides and this and that, practices. Sometimes it's just the same as on the outside, because you can't say, well, I'm coming in late.
Wow.
You can't say I'm taking off early, on occasion, if you talk to your supervisor, but it doesn't happen like you can on the outside. So I think that was one of the best things I took away from it, and traveling. Getting to travel. I didn't maybe go as many places as some other people, but just.
So tell us about your travels. Where have you traveled?
Let's see. Well, as a dependent, which meant my parents are both also veterans, under my mom, I spent 1st through 8th grade in Germany. So I didn't really know much about the States because I was born even though Hawaii is a state, but I was in Hawaii, came back to Washington State for just a couple years, and then in 1st grade, I was in Germany. So for me, that was home. Like, I was not accustomed.
I hear so many great things about Germany. I hear so many great things.
Wonderful. The food, the environment, and also it's like a gateway to so many other countries, which of course allows you to travel. So you get to go to the Netherlands and things, and then as there as a soldier, my daughter got to go to Paris and Disneyland. My son, we sent him on a cruise with a church group, and I think he went to Greece. That's where he went. So you get to do a lot of opportunities.
Awesome. So you said your parents were veterans too.
Yes.
Wow. So you really are. You have a lifetime in that, right?
That's all I knew.
Wow. So tell us about. I think you told me a little bit about your mother. Give your mom a shout out today.
Hi,
Actually, give them both a shout out.
Hi, Dad. Happy Veterans Day. My dad did over 20 years service in the Army, and my mother did over 30 years service. Retired Command Sergeant Major. It was a joy to watch her and be a part of growing up and watching her. Still back then in her time, even though she retired in 2001, a lot of people still didn't and still don't feel like women have a place in the military. And that she's even things were said like, how did you make it this far, or to get this position, what did you have to do? And and to be one of the females that were, she still wore her makeup and her nails, but still professional and done, but they don't look at you the same, right? And then to be African American was a whole another thing. She experienced racism, sexism, all that. And you would think for that to be happening in the 80s, 90s, and even in the 2000s was something that you would hope you wouldn't be dealing with anymore. But she stood strong.
Wow,
she represented.
That's powerful. That's really powerful. Wow.
She's even in a book.
Really?
History, yes.
Wow. I met her. She's beautiful, just like you. You have so many of her great qualities. So I mean, you like I said, being in the army and the veteran, you really are the real superstars of the country. We like to celebrate celebrities and um, different people like that, but you really are the celebrity. So I thank you for your service. And something I feel that as a veteran, you are courageous. It takes so much courage to do that. Is there anything that you fear at all?
Mm. Oh, that's a tough one. I think a lot of times, and this is probably just a general one that everybody's, I think for me often is like the fear of failure.
Yeah.
Like there's so many things I want to do, so many things I think of, so many things I want to branch out on and do, but I'm afraid of failing or sometimes disappointing someone. So then you don't touch or you don't act on it. And I'm trying to teach myself now that when you do that, you miss out. I'm at a point where I'm struggling with myself now. I feel like, I don't know if you ever felt like you didn't live up to your potential. Not necessarily so much negative, but you're like, I should have did this and I could. And you realize that, you know what, you can't really harp on that now. You have to move forward.
Right. And you know what, you're so true about that, because I'm in that stage of my life right now. You know what, you don't want to be saying, I wish I could have, should have. All right. This God gave us this life so we can live abundantly, and He gave us all our gifts and talent. And it would be a shame to be in the grave and not touch on your talents. And so that's what I'm doing now. That's what I'm all about in this late stage in 62 years. And guess what? Yeah, 62 years young. Thank you for that. And just embarking on the things that I said I was going to do, things that I was afraid to do. And so, we need to tackle our fears, because, listen, we're not getting any younger. I mean, you're much younger than me. But still, I feel good that you sometimes hang out with me because I'm so much older than you. I'm like your mother's age, but I feel like I'm your big sister or your big auntie. Right. So thank you for letting me be in your circle. I appreciate that. Always. Okay, and so you're a mom. How do you find the time to do all the things that you do? Because you're such an awesome mom. I mean, you have your children doing some awesome things. They're doing, music and all other things. How do you find time to do all that?
You just have to. You make it. You have to make it. I don't ever want them to feel like they didn't get to try something. Right. And sometimes you do have to scale back, and you have to learn to say no. But I at least want them to at least be able to try it. And if it's something that they have a passion for and they want to stick with it, then I try to support them. It was much harder when I was working. You remember that? Like, my health was like not good at all.
You don't have time.
I just didn't have it. I was working, and then sometimes I feel like as a mother, you're like, well, I'm a mom. I can't say no. I don't have time to be tired. I can't do this because this is what I signed up for. But I enjoy watching them be active. I don't want them to be idle, or at the same time, I don't want to force them to do anything. Right. So, I mean, we'll juggle. I mean, one time my son was doing Boy Scouts, piano, swimming, taekwondo, and there was something else. And I was like, okay, we got to pick, because you can't dedicate yourself fully to all those things. So we had to let something go. And at first I felt bad, but then I realized it was better for everybody. So. Okay.
And what do you do for you? What do you do to celebrate you, and just entirely for you? What do you do?
That's also something I'm currently working on for myself. I always say, I always put everybody else first, and then you have to learn to still take care of you. So I feel guilty now. I'm like, I don't work, so why do I need a break? Or why do I need that?
But you don't work for somebody, but you work.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Taking care of a household and your children, your family. Then you have your mother-in-law living with you. Yes. Girl, I give my hat to you. You work, believe me, you work harder than most people.
Right. So I'm going to do that now. I'm starting to take a little time, and I'm trying. You see, I have the group on Facebook where I'm trying to get friends to go out and do stuff together, walks and things like that.
How was the walk you did?
So we had, I think it's 6 of us ended up coming out, but we had so much fun. When we got there, it was a little bit cold. We just did the 5K. Okay, once you start moving, we support each other, and afterwards we had brunch, and we had a really good time. So
next time, I'll be with you guys next time.
So this morning I went and got a mini facial.
You did? Wow. That's why your face is glowing like that. You look beautiful, girl.
Thank you.
You look beautiful.
I can shout my girlfriend Jerry out from Simply Beautiful.
Yes, and she's the one who had the fabulous parties every year,
right?
Yes,
she does.
I've been there. Yes. Hey, Jerry. So you treating yourself good for Veterans Day. Are you going to get on any of the deals and the dinners tonight?
Probably not. I thought about going by Kohl's. The Mason family weekend took all my money this weekend, so I don't know. We'll see when I get home.
All right. Well, that's it. Thanks for having coffee with me, Natasha. You're a pleasure, my dear friend.
Thank you.
Just thank you for your service and see you next time. Bye-bye.